Welcome back to the Credit and Contract series. In our previous videos, we established the foundations and the reporting models. Today, we're going to get very detailed about how you can mathematically plan your way to the score you've always wanted. This will be a detailed deep dive. We're not just scratching the surface, we're giving you the blueprint for your financial growth. Before we begin, mindset is everything. You must be prepared to see the numbers as a path, not a barrier. Seriously. Grab your pencils and paper. We're going to do this together, step by step, for the next several minutes. Let's start with a scenario. Say you have a 650 credit score. For many, this is a major pain point that limits opportunities. Your vision, however, is an 800. That's the gold standard that opens doors to funding and business growth. To reach that vision, we must utilize the FICO model. It's the metric that 90% of top lenders, including major banks like Chase and Wells Fargo, trust above all others. The secret to growth is awareness. Once you understand the percentages, you can increase your creditworthiness systematically. Banks use different FICO versions depending on the loan. For mortgages, they pull versions 2, 4, and 5. For auto loans, it's often the FICO Auto Score. When you apply for a credit card, most major issuers prefer FICO 8 or the newer FICO 9. This specificity is what banks rely on to assess your risk. Step 1 is the heavy hitter payment history. This accounts for 35% of your total score calculation. Take that 650 and multiply it by 0.35. That gives you 227.5 points. This is your foundation. This 35% represents your reliability. Every on-time payment reinforces this massive chunk of your score. To maximize this step, you must ensure that every single item reported under your payment history is accurate and positive. Step 2 is all about strategy, credit utilization. This represents 30% of the FICO scoring model. Now take that 650 again and multiply by 0.30. That's 195 points coming from how you utilize your limits. This 30% is where many people struggle. It's about the balance between what you owe and what you could borrow. The lower your utilization, the higher those 195 points can climb. It shows lenders you aren't overextended. Step 3 focuses on longevity, your credit age. This makes up 15% of your total scoring calculation. Multiply 650 by 0.15. That's 97.5 points. These points are earned through time and patience. Lenders want to see that you've been managing credit for years. The older your oldest account, the better this calculation looks. This is why we often suggest not closing your oldest accounts. You want to preserve that 15% as much as possible. Step 4 is about diversity, your mixed credit. This accounts for 10% of your FICO score. Take your 650 and multiply it by 0.10. That's 65 points. It's a smaller piece, but it's still critical. Having a mix of revolving credit, like cards, and installment loans, like mortgages or car notes, shows you can handle variety. Finally, step 5 is your overall credit health. This is the remaining 10% of the FICO model. Again, multiply 650 by 0.10 for another 65 points. This looks at your recent activity and current standing. When we add all these calculated numbers together, we get the total picture of where your 650 score stands. Once calculated, these target numbers show you exactly where each percentage of your current report is landing. Once all numbers are calculated, the desired number, your 800, becomes the target number for every action you take. In this scenario, the total will equal 150 points to reach your target goal. That is your mission. Add the 5 pillars you have, and you have 100% of the credit report. This is how we begin to build. It doesn't matter where you start. The goal number is always 100% positive reporting on your credit profile. Let's recap this detailed math. 35% for payments, 30 for utilization, 15 for age, and 10 each for mix and condition. First, we saw how your 650 score is anchored by 227.5 points of payment history. This is your foundation of trust. Next, we looked at the 195 points from your utilization. This is the part you can most easily control in the short term. Then, we calculated the 97.5 points for your credit age. This is your track record of financial maturity. And finally, the 265-point chunks for your credit mix and overall condition. Every point is a brick in your financial house. Now that we have the numbers, we must learn to read the reports for disputing. This is where the real work begins. Understanding these calculations prepares you for the next step. You need to know what you're looking for before you can fix it. Knowledge is power. When you understand the math behind the score, you stop being afraid of the credit bureaus. We are on a journey together through this series. Every video builds on the last to ensure you are fully empowered. The Credit and Contract series was designed to give you professional, corporate-level education right at your fingertips. Remember, your credit score is a number, not your value as a person. It's a tool for your business and your future. We've done the math, we've set the mindset. Now we're ready to look at the documents that hold these numbers. This math works whether you're starting at 400 or 700. The percentages remain the same, giving you a universal strategy. Consistency in the calculation leads to consistency in the results. Lenders love predictability and reliability. Let's talk a bit more about that 30%. Utilization is often the fastest way to move your score in either direction. The rule of thumb is to keep it under 30%, but for an 800 goal, we often aim for single digits. That's the detail you need. And that 35% for payments, even one late payment can stay on your report for 7 years. Precision is key. Age isn't just about the oldest account, it's also about the average age of all your accounts. Keep your accounts open. Opening too many new accounts at once can lower your average age and trigger that 10% new credit penalty. Your 10% credit mix is about showing you can manage different types of debt responsibly. Diversity is strength here. The final 10% for condition is your overall financial health. It's the finishing touch on your path to 800. By targeting these 150 points, you turn a vague hope into a concrete mathematical certainty. That is the goal. We've covered the math in detail. You have the calculations. You have the percentages. Now you have the power. You are part of a community dedicated to financial literacy and growth. We are in this together, every step of the way. Make sure to follow #CreditTipTuesday for more detailed strategies and insights just like these. Get ready for part 4. We're moving from the math to the action. We'll learn how to read those reports and fix the mistakes. Thank you for being here. I'm Lynette, and I'll see you in the next video of the Credit and Contract series. Don't let your score hold you back. Let the math lead the way. Goodbye for now.